Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Foxman Plays Planet Coaster Creative. This is the Creative series. No, I've not stopped doing the Career series, but it seemed quite evident to me that the preference, if you had to, go live on a desert island and you can only take one Planet Coaster Foxman Mouth series, whatever, it seems like Creative is the way to go. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I love Creative. So I will be picking up Career again. I think kind of once I get caught up with stuff in general. I'd actually like to eventually do Creative episode in the morning, Career episode in the evening, kind of dealio. I think that would be okay. But anyways, look at this. This is our little park we made. I like it. We got a little, I don't know if you can see that little glitch going on up there. I don't know, maybe it's a little birdie or something. And this is just one, I don't even really want to call it a garden. Sometimes garden seems a little more formal. Oh, camera going a little fast on me. This is just kind of an informal bit of nature. Kind of like yeah, trying to make a more of a low maintenance, naturalized-ish sort of setting. I'm making some assumptions about a lot of these bushes that I don't really know. I'm assuming that they're okay with partial sun and a lot of shade, because this oak here, it's obviously soaking up a lot of the sun. But anyways, in my mind, they're okay with it, especially this stuff. The low-lying stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nice, and I like keeping it casual. It's like, I guess you could call it maybe a casual garden, but it's coming all right. So what's on the agenda today? Well, a couple things. One, probably another time lapse. To work on a little bit more of this. Maybe not quite to the extent that we worked on this, but I would like to, maybe get this section sort of fleshed out a little more, and work on kind of this corner here a bit. I'm not sure. I might leave that, or I might start up here and actually kind of work my way down. I can do whatever the heck I want. This is my video game world. Check out the name tag, Grandma. You're in my world now. As well, we'll probably just get some rocks going on around there. Some of these things, we're slowly adding things to be time-lapsable, I suppose. It might even get to a certain point where some roller coasters or a particular portion or duration of roller coaster creation might be kind of sped up after we get going. Not the whole thing necessarily, but, I'm all about trying to find that balance, that line of best fit, and I know you can never make everybody happy, and it's best just for me to be me, and if people like that, then that's cool, welcome aboard, and if you don't, well, hey, YouTube's a big place, a lot of people playing this game, to different styles and such, so no hard feelings, it's okay, but for the people that do stick around, I thank thee. Another thing that was mentioned, you guys remember when I was making this kind of lake that still looks like an animal to me whenever I look at it. Basically I had wished that we could actually have almost like a little stream trickling down this way and connecting to there. But we can't because the boundary is here. So one thing that was actually mentioned in the comments, and I apologize, I'm bad with remembering usernames and such, but was to actually kind of have like an underground sort of stream river that we would assume connects up with this. My only problem with that still is that this area kind of looks like it's been eroded away by water and such, so I guess we can assume now maybe it's just like slow just runoff, not an actual river or something. Maybe during certain seasons when there's a lot of flooding or something, melting of this stuff, this is a river, but then during this time of the year it's all dried up. So what we're going to do, and this is going to be the first thing I'm going to work on here, just to start to flesh out, is going to be kind of the entrance to the underground thingy. I'm going to have to undo this. Another thing I'm going to get to immediately after that, is roller coaster. Because I said I would try to do that in this episode. And guys, I spent like 2 or 3 hours just sitting, looking around, kind of playing around with a few different roller coaster station starting points. And I'm kind of like stumped. And the reason is, it's not because like I can't think of some cool paths and stuff. I really like following the terrain here. But it's like, I don't know honestly which direction I should go in terms of the roller coaster satisfaction. I want this to honestly be kind of a nice, pleasant-ish roller coaster park. So when I started just doing some kind of testing and having the track kind of follow the terrain here and just slowly come down and all that stuff, it got really fast. Really fast. And basically, if we do stuff like loops, they'll actually increase the excitement, but also slow it down a little bit and all that. But I was like, I don't know which kind of loops to do. Basically, what I'm getting at is trying to conform and follow the law of this terrain is actually kind of tricky without, you know, absolutely making all sorts of stuff that doesn't quite aesthetically go with what I'm looking for. Or if it does, it's kind of, it's got a lot of nausea or fear. So I'm really not sure if I should just be designing stuff that I think kind of looks cool and follows the land and not care so much about the ratings. But I do want them to be good roller coasters all around. So because of that, and it's just going to take a lot of consideration, I think the coaster I'm going to design today in creative is just going to be one we're going to do it on this flat terrain, and it's going to be something I can do a blueprint of and put it to the workshop. So if you guys want to play around with it, it'll be cool. We'll see. I'll send it off to Northern Lion and be like, yo, check it. Just something to kind of wet the creative whistle. And then that gives me a little bit more time to really think about how I want to start this first proper coaster up here. Okay? And I'm not trying to delay or anything. I'm just going to spend several more hours because we've got these plateaus. We can put a station on any one of these pretty much, but you also have the queue and the exit. You know, we're going to need to think about stairs and stuff. So I was kind of thinking maybe we could extend, these stairs could come up here a little bit. We'll try and naturalize it and turn into a queue up here and then have a, you know, a station. Although I might kind of even want to cut into this rock a bit, build almost like a station building, right? So you wouldn't really see the station itself. It'd be surrounded by kind of a building that's half out here and then half in there. And then the coaster would kind of start to flow maybe down here and do some other stuff. And of course it's got to come back around this way or vice versa. But then there's still tricks. There's the logistics of, well, then how does it get back up there? Do you have a chain lift? Do you just have crazy speed? What do you do? Do we do tunnels and stuff? So there's a lot of consideration, and I just want to play around with stuff a little bit more off camera. I'm not going to build it in here off camera. I'm just going to kind of test it out, undo stuff, whatever, and then we'll definitely build it. I don't know what just happened. This looks flat. I must have accidentally done something there. I don't know. No worries. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what's going on in my brain with this. I'm not trying to stall with the roller coasters. I know a lot of people have been very, very patient, but starting to be like, all right, well, you know, this is a roller coaster game. Let's get to it. But I stand by my stance that we really do need a good, proper foundation, and I don't want to force stuff unnecessarily, because by the time I'm done, I'm going to maybe regret one or two things, but I'm going to be too tired to go back and change it. So I'd rather really just do stuff right the first time. So there we go. I've been talking for several minutes already and not actually doing anything. Let's get into this. What I'm going to do here is actually kind of pull back or erase part of this lake or pond or whatever we want to call it. You know, yeah, this is bring it back like this. We're going to start with our little cave entrance. So, I don't know. This isn't something I did test out off screen. I'm just kind of winging it. I've got a bit of an idea in my head of how it'll go. You know, and I could open up this side if I really wanted to. Let's see. I also imagine this is going to be something I'm going to have to tweak a fair bit, because always working with water and such can be a little finicky. So let's just, actually I kind of want it to be a bit bigger than that, at least to start with. Maybe we'll reduce the intensity down. 72, that's not good enough. We're 69. There you go. That's perfection. It's not gonna be this tall either, but again, it's like clay. I'm probably gonna reference clay a lot. It's easier to start with something big and kind of whittle it down. I imagine that's similar with the loss of a piece of wood or a rock or any time. It's easier to remove than it is to put back on, right? In this case, it's pretty easy to put back on, but you know, I think what I'm actually gonna maybe do. I was thinking, okay, it could kind of have a pathway in which you could walk across there. No, I don't really want that. I kind of want this blocked off because there's going to be a bridge over here. So it's kind of, you know, forcing them there. Also setting up a few more boundaries and such. So let's reduce the size a little more. We'll roughen all this stuff up in a minute here. All right, just kind of winging it, going at it bit by bit. The old hand. Let's roughen it a touch. We can always get the texture going on too. I don't really want, the grass is there, but I kind of want this to be solid rock, maybe, just to reinforce, like, no, this is a danger zone. You don't go here. I am gonna pull this up a bit more though. Sometimes, the roughing, you kind of just gotta go with it a little bit, and it can maybe get you 90% of the way there into making it look a little more natural. But sometimes you gotta say, hey man, that's too far, or that's not quite right. Let's take another stab at it. And you know what? Let's take a little stab at painting this mother. Is this the right rock? This is the one I want. Yeah, let's just do the top. I shouldn't really be painting all of this after. I shouldn't be painting too much mid formation, but just kind of wanted to give myself a little idea. Is this some dirt? I like a little dirt on the edges. Helps ease the transition, I guess. And there already was kind of some there, so if anything, we're just helping it blend a bit with what was there. I'm not super crazy about this yet, to be honest, but it's a starting point. This from the side almost could pass as an elephant. That's the elephant's ear. That's its eye. And then it's got its trunk, just the start of it. And then maybe it's swinging off to the left so you can't see it dangling. Does that... Am I crazy? That kind of looks like it could be an elephant from afar. Or some other sort of animal. I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the old sculpting. So... yeah, I don't want this to be quite as tall. I want it to be subtle. A little more subtle. And then we actually need to, you know, I'm going to pull this back even more to give myself some more room for now. But basically, we got to push some shit down. And it's kind of got to be angled. It's got to go in real deep. And it'll be filled with water, but we're going to place some rocks in there. I don't think I want it quite as wide. Yeah, I want it to be yeah, pretty subtle. Let's pull it back a bit. I'm just winging it. I don't have, you know, a step-by-step vision. I kind of have more of a sense, you know, in your mind's eye you kind of see something and it's almost like clear as day, but then if you were to draw it out you're like, no, it's not quite there. Or it's like in your head you can recreate the sounds of your favorite singer or actor, actress. You can hear their voice verbatim. You can make them say whatever you want, but then when you try and say it, it's like, I sound nothing like Hugh Jackman. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this might actually help me. Let me just fill this mofo with water. What if we go to scenery and start just doing some rocks? That might help me a little more. Basically, I want it to look like you can kind of see on the one side that there's something going on down there. But then the rocks kind of block most of it and help create that sense that the water's just kind of barely trickling in to the underground water or stream. You know, going down to the old lake way down there eventually. Okay, I got an itch right behind my ear. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Oh, there we go. And I think it'll be important for these rocks to actually come up as well above the water level. So it's kind of like it's almost watertight. Not quite though. Not quite. Let's just get some stuff going on, get some rotations, because we have the same rock here. You know, it saves time by not selecting a new rock every time. If we rotate it a few times, I'm not even doing the other rotations on all axes, but it makes it look like a completely different rock. And especially how you place it in amongst other rocks, you wouldn't know. Oh, you didn't know? Some of these guys aren't even really going to be seen after more terraforming and such, but it's just helping me create my vision. Yeah, alright, alright. Yeah, what if we just fill this shit in here in general? And then we'll sculpt the rest of this, and we can definitely have it a bit lower, maybe a bit more rocky in general. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. Okay, spam it with a few small guys. Don't want to completely close this off. You know? Let's see about getting a couple, maybe hanging from the top. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Now it's your time to go. Actually, let's frame it out and then we can fill it. A 1, a 2. You know what? This is a perfect time for me to talk about public transit. Today, I was on public transit. Just like every day, pretty much. Except some weekends, maybe, if I don't get out or if I'm going somewhere far out of the city, I might be in my car instead. But I take the subway, and just like, I don't know what it is. Some people have no real spatial awareness. I got bumped into or like kind of accidentally pushed or prodded and whatnot 4 times in the span of like, I don't know, like, felt like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. Dudes rushing in the door, like running by me and all this stuff. And I was holding a coffee too. So I was like, what up with that? It wasn't like a full train either. This is what really bothered me about it. I was just kind of standing off to the side. And it's like these people went out of the way. This one guy started doing this freaky deaky dance too, as he was getting off the subway train to say goodbye to his kids. I don't even understand. It's like or he was doing some kind of stretch or something, but it involved his kids. And I'm just standing there, and the guy's flailing his arms around. Be careful, man. It's like, I'm not afraid if it's jam-packed. I get it. You're going to be kind of uncomfortably close to some people. Or you're going to have to sit next to somebody, or vice versa. I'm fine with that. But when it's relatively empty, what are you doing? What are you doing going out of your way? Getting in people's faces? I don't know, man. I guess you can almost consider this kind of like a rock dam. I don't know if it makes any sense at all. Let me try and do something with the terrain here. See, now that we place these rocks, it's not going to let me do jack shit. However, that kind of helps. What I'll do is place more rocks around this side. Or I could remove these ones first. Thin this out a little bit. But no, I'm digging that. Actually, let's smooth this out a little bit. We don't want this stuff to be perfect. Actually, and you know the thing as well, there's going to be a lot of kind of rocks and trees and bushes and branches and Lord knows what around here. Like, this is a pretty shitty looking lake. I'm going to be changing its general shape, and you know, it's not all going to be perfectly flat, right? There's going to be higher parts on certain portions, and I'd actually like to bring it in closer to the mountain on some of these parts, so it's just like the mountain kind of just slides right into the water, right? There's not going to be any grass in certain parts, so I'm going to get to that. That's down the road, though, so don't worry. Don't worry. Like I said, this is all very iterative. Baby steps. We're going to be jumping around from kind of one project to the next. I do want it to be maybe, yeah, just a bit thinner. I do kind of like the idea of it really just a slow trickle. Alright, now we, oh, not paths, scenery. We go back, place a few more rocks, start with a couple large dudes. Maybe leave what looks like a tiny bit of a gap right here. Get some smaller rocks down there to kind of fill in some of the space. Yeah, boy. I don't know if this makes any sense at all to anybody. You're like, that doesn't seem right. But you know what it does seem? Fun and interesting. And something that I don't imagine we're going to see. You know, if you're, there's guarantee. I already know. I'm not even guaranteeing, like, you know, I haven't looked, but I guarantee there would be a lot of people playing this game on YouTube and streaming it on Twitch. I know there are. But I'm doing my own thing, and I think a lot of people, I'm not trying to say other people, oh, other people are lesser than the Mouth Man, but like, I would say a lot of people maybe playing it the same way, having a lot of fun with roller coasters. That's not too bad though. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But yeah, I'm just trying to do something a little different maybe. You know, I don't want to say I was panicking, because I wasn't. But for a moment there, I was like, I really, I went into this one with no real plan. But now you're getting a glimpse into my mind's eye, and so am I. This is kind of closer to what I was thinking. What happens if I do water? Yes! That kind of works. See, look it. Well, I could put a rock there if I don't want to see grass or texture it. But basically, it makes it look like this is kind of grass. It's slowly going down. The rocks are mostly preventing most of the water from coming in. But then, boom. Although, instead of that being grass, I am going to make it sand. Sand. Come on. What's this supposed to be? Dead grass? Is that dirt? Where the sand at? What do you mean auto paint? Oh, that's smart. Well, what does it do down here? Am I crazy? Is there no sand? None of these look like sand. Maybe it's because we're in Alpine? That's fine. I'll go with dirt. Honestly, that's kind of like a... It's more of a small pebbles and gravelly type stuff. If anything, that makes more sense than sand. You know what? I'm glad they're like, no, fuck you, you idiot. No sand. Not for this. This is going all right. And you know what? The old Mal fashion. Let's get a few more rocks kind of over here just to frame it out a little bit more. And then we'll let the natural, what do you call it, texture? Yeah, texture do the rest of the work. Not quite like that. Guess I'll stick with that for now. Bob's your uncle. Oh yeah, that's That's the stuff dreams are made of right there. Rotate you a little bit. You can be kind of maybe like a little keystone in this archway operation into our underground stream. Okay, that's not so bad. Actually, not great either. There we go. Just the tip. I think we got ourselves a couple more small ones right here. Maybe just this one, actually. And I might be content. Boom. I am generally okay with this. We could even put a couple larger just on this side. Almost more as like a natural, hey, don't go in here, kids. This is dangerous. Mamas and papas only. And we'll come back at some point. Do a few little bushes as well. Maybe we can even... Oh, okay, you know what? While I'm here, while I'm thinking of it, because sometimes I say stuff, and in the moment I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm totally going to remember to do that later. But then I never do. Maybe we kind of have a couple of these guys as well. I don't know how... you know, certain plants can handle a lot of water. Some can handle very little. This one I feel like more belongs in rocky sort of soil with not a lot of water. It looks kind of like it's hanging on. It's beautiful. I like the look of it, but it's not quite the look I would expect to see. This definitely makes sense kind of on the sides here. You got these big, thick, almost stick-like roots that grab on for dear life. So that might be good on the sides here. I guess we could go with this one because it looks like it's dead. It was just too much water. It's too much water. You know, at one point this is dry. It liked the sandy soil, and then now it's like, oh come on, man, it's too much. It's too much. Here, we'll put one with a couple flowers, kind of right here, where it's not super wet. Right on the bank. Just small little touches. Alright. And then where was this other beefcake? Where you at, beefcake? Not forest bush. I did not know you could do that. Oh lord. Oh, it's the first one. Let's just place a couple of these bad boys. Get in a little close. Actually, I like the idea of it kind of seeing some of the rooty parts hanging over a touch. It doesn't quite, you know, it's like you gotta place this first and then place the rocks under it, because some of the roots cut through the rock, come in, come out, and that doesn't jive with me. So I'm gonna go back to just putting a couple of these guys here for now. We'll fill in the rest in time. Oopsies. But just as kind of like a marker. You know, you're going through the woods, you don't want to get lost, you put a little flag on a tree or something. Or if you're playing Minecraft, you always put the torches on the right side or the left side, whatever, as long as you're consistent. This is my way of saying, hey man, this at one point in time made sense. Maybe let's just keep it up later. Or at some point I'll come back and be like, oh, frickin' past mouth was such an idiot. What was I thinking? Oh, this guy's, you know, it's the stages of life. This is the most alive one. This is the most dead, and then you got the in-between. This guy here, you can be alive right there. Super alive. It's not great, honestly. It's not great bush placement. We'll get some more on this side. We'll get a couple trees and stuff at a certain point as well. Just a little taste, a little start. Now, in terms of the terrain here, I did say I want it to be a bit lower. So let's go for that. Let me get a sip of my drink first, though. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I definitely want this to be more gradual and subtle. Even the stuff on the back end, possibly. To the point where we could probably even have some more rocks and stuff. Have a little bit of grass too. I don't know. Have a bit of a transition. And then if there is grass up here. See, that's where it's getting. It's not letting me go down anymore there. Let's pull it up a bit. That's fine. But yeah, I have some more bushes and stuff up there. Small trees, not big trees, because their roots would only be able to go so deep. You know, it just wouldn't be practical. For sure, let's start smoothing a little bit of this out, just with the surrounding terrain. So we'll pull up the surrounding terrain a little. And we can always roughen it just a little on the back end. Still not quite as subtle as I would like, to be honest. I'm gonna push as much of it back down over here. Okay. Roughen a touch. Almost like there's a thin layer of soil on top of just like a sheet of rock. You know? That's kind of why it's so rough here. I actually like the idea of doing it that way. And then as it gets to here, this is kind of the rock face coming out. It's too steep right here for soil to really to sit. I guess that makes sense, right? That's kind of cool. So I'd say, you know, this 50% of the way. We got some weird shapes though going on there. Little triangle. Let me see if there are any trees that are kind of... I know we got some smaller birches. You know what? I don't want to do dead trees here. Certain coniferous trees are definitely going to be a little more drought tolerant. You know, they don't need as much nutrients, perhaps. I shouldn't just say coniferous trees. There are a lot of trees that can thrive in more desolate areas. I don't necessarily think any of these species would mark that. But we can pretend. Tuscan cypress. Ooh. It's a little too fancy for this area. I love a good sycamore tree, I tells you. Swamp tree. This isn't a swamp. This is the opposite. I mean, I guess right down here. Perhaps. Ponderosa pine. I do like me a good ponderosa pine. So I'm thinking ponderosa pine. No. Don't. Not feel. I like the Douglas fir, but not for this area. Black spruce. Blue fir. This one's a bit smaller at least. Alpine fir tree. What? I almost feel like we don't want to overdo it, right? We just want kind of one or two. It's like, hey, we managed to survive. And then we'll get a few small bushes. It's like... yeah. Although, you know what? Let me delete this for 1 second and just actually smooth this out a touch more. Yes, there are rocks underneath it, and I want to keep with that concept. We're just adding a little dirt underneath or on top of the rocks. Nice, a little bit thicker of a blanket. And then that way, that would maybe support the idea of a tree that size surviving here for so long. You know, 10 years, 15 years. Scenery! Ponderosa pine! Where you at? Here we go. Still gonna go with the small one, yeah. So we'll get this guy. How much larger is this one? Not too much. I don't know, I might even scrap these in the end. By the end, I just mean a different episode. Start with a few of those, and then we can come back to the bushes and get a few forest bushes. The ironwood. So I kind of like the idea of the ironwood. It's just like, yeah, I can dig this area. I'm going to come back at another point and do the bushes, though. Alright? It's time to get around to doing the roller coaster. I do love this area, though. I love this. See, this just kind of came together. Right now, it's not coming to me. It's not coming to me. I need to come back, ponder on it. This part, it's okay. It's good. I do like how that's turned out, but basically this area needs to be kind of blocked off. You know, natural area, and then we're going to have the bridge is going to basically be over this area, sort of, and we'll tweak the rest of the lake at some point. So, for the roller coaster, the one as well, I will point out, if we go to coasters here, the one I was thinking, at least one of that I was thinking to have, is it this one? Wait, where is it? I think it's this one. So I'm not building this here, this episode. But this was generally the one I was thinking of doing, at least one up here. And the reason for that is at least twofold. One, we can get 24 people on right here. With some block sections, maybe we can get another 24. I don't know. I will have to tinker around with that. But 2, it's got this nice kind of simple rail. Or not, well, it is a rail in a way. But you can see how it holds on, right? It's got this lip on top. So then the wheels, there's one on top, there's one on the side, there's one on the bottom. So that's how it stays on. So it's a nice sort of simple rail. And I really like the idea of kind of at least this being maybe the main roller coaster up here, because this I feel is not going to be too obtrusive. And as well, if people are willing to climb up these stairs and get all the way up here, I feel like we should at least have a lot of people able to get on the roller coaster at one time. And you can see here this station definitely accommodates that. It's got a lot of queue space right in the station. And if we were to put it here, we still have more. And like I said, I wouldn't mind actually kind of digging into this a bit, making a nice sort of building that will be built around the station as well, and it'll kind of come outside, you know. Then the tricky part, of course, is just figuring out how it's all going to route, be a reasonable roller coaster in terms of just the physics of it all. You know, we get good excitement, but not too much fear or too much nausea. Yes, this is creative, but I still, part of the creativity for me is doing things in a realistic way, if that makes sense. I like that challenge. So, and I want it to look good. So, just to kind of show what what I was thinking in terms of whatever. I mean, it could come down here. It could come. This is very rough, by the way. Basically, could drop, you know. Also, I would not have these supports. And we're pretending this is a super I-beam or something. At least in this part, we would not have supports. I'll have to think about it. But then, you know, it can do some shit. Maybe we have some tunnels. Maybe we do have a chain link that's kind of hidden somewhere. You know, that's something I really don't want to be seen visible, just because they're like, wah. Again, on the mountain. The rides that we're going to do down here, I'll be less finicky about. But anyways, and then we can go to, come back to this. Customize. So track color we could do. Oh, change that. Okay, let's try something else. There you go. You know, we could do a green. We could do even a gray. Something dark if we don't want it to stick out too much from what's going on here. And as well, especially once we get to these kind of mountainside, we're going to have some sparsely placed trees and bushes and stuff, maybe some more in certain areas. So the rail can actually kind of go through some of those areas, so it'll be hidden a bit. Maybe we do want it to be red or some kind of bright color, so you can just kind of see it poking out and see a bit of it. Actually, you know what? I think, you know, maybe not red, but if we did something kind of a little wacky like an orange, it goes pretty well with the gray. I don't know. Or we could do a yellow. Maybe a yellow orange, kind of a mustardy. That's just yellow. That's not really orange, but close to a mustard. So you get what I'm saying. Basically, there's a lot of consideration for me with this rail, this roller coaster, and I like this style because even when you see it, it doesn't look too ugly. So this is the ballistic one. So I kind of like that for up here. All right. In terms of what roller coaster I'm going to make right now, No idea, other than I do want it to be something that people will want to ride. It'll be fun. So let's go to coasters. And as well, the one I can move it, right? Since we're building it on a flat surface out here, we can basically move it wherever. Maybe in the long term, I will have it in a certain area. Maybe I'll end up scrapping it. I don't know, but it's something that I'll want to have, so maybe we can use on another park, or you guys can use in yours. Let's start with something kind of simple, though. We got these stand-ups, these crazy wing ones and whatnot. I just want to go... What's this Giga? Invincible. This looks like you can get a lot of people on it. Doesn't look too tacky. I mean, of course, we can change some of the colors. Let's start with this bad boy. So what do we got? How do I want to start it? I guess we can get on this side. Just place it here. Cable lift. Pulls train up an incline. So clearly it's a bit different from the chain lift. But I guess they must work on the somewhat same idea. I'm taking track supports out. You guys can add track supports in all you want. Alright? You can do that to your heart's content. Doesn't change the price anyways. So we're gonna go up. This is the highest incline as well. I guess we'll go like that. That should be fine. Lower it down as much as we can. We're gonna have to do a few tests of this, so no biggie. No biggie. Then this guy. How does this look, by the way? Looks fairly normal, I suppose. See, this is what I need the terrain for sometimes. It's like, how do you build it? How do you have it go? Do we really only have non-inverteds with this one? That's kind of cool. Obviously, this is too high up for that, but I'm going to remember this. We want it to go to the right. Let's just build a simple one. Simple and fun. I don't know how to build simple roller coasters sometimes. Can we do that's got a weird bend in the track. It's too kind of sudden for me. See if we can... Oh, that one's kind of... You know what? Maybe I kind of like that. It comes down, goes this way, then it goes back this way. Oopsies. Undo. Just playing around, just playing around. Although Wait, what am I... Hey, what's going on here? I clicked something. Let's just test this out. Start test. Get this mother going. I gotta increase the speed of the cable. We didn't give it enough runtime because by the time it actually starts falling, this thing's already at the bottom. So let's undo, oopsies. Yeah, undo that. We need to get this up a fair bit higher. Just, yeah, it's long, but it's not that tall. There we go. That's plenty. 20's plenty. Oopsies, my bad. I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh shit, you know what? I could have just instead of keeping the same slope, I could have had it drop more. Maybe that's the play as well. That's gonna get their blood pumping, I guess. Get their penises hard. But maybe too hard. And I don't necessarily want that. That'll get them going too. Whoa! I said I wanted to make something realistic. I don't know if we have enough gusto to get up there. But hey, it's just all about testing, right? Here we go. Okay, the excitement's up there. Nausea and fears. Okay, so the fear gets right up there. That's just not gonna make it. It's cool though going backwards. Actually, they like that. They like that a lot. Whoa! It almost made it back up. I wish you could have a track switch. They love this little yo-yo. Look at that. It's perfect. You know, you get a bit of a lull and then they go backwards. That's pretty cool. I just love the physics in this game too. I guess we could maybe make this... That doesn't work. Undo that. Oh no. Just straight up make it bigger. And then what I want to do is undo this stuff for a minute. Then go back to you. Go to this mother. Nah, it was this one, right? But now it's clipping. Oh, I could have just made this guy a bit smaller on the previous one. Oh, that's cool. Let's just see if that works. Oh, lordy. This guy's crazy. Start test. Gonna take a sip of my drink. Alright. Get going down, brother. Get up there. Oh, excitement's up there. That we had, you know, across the board. Everything was pretty good. Still not quite gonna make it. Actually, if anything, it's making it less now. Stop the test. Maybe we actually just need to make this guy a bit smaller. Oh, lordy. Okay, let's try that. Start test. Come on, you can do it this time. Because if it's smaller, it'll slow it down less overall. might be... Oh, the fear is getting right up there, though. It's maybe a touch bit better, but it's still not quite making it up. Alright. I'm really committed to this idea, though. That's the problem. That seems to be as small as it's gonna get. Unless maybe I make this steeper. But then going into this corner, they're gonna be even more scared. You know, feared and maybe filled with nausea. Heartburn, upset stomach, diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol. Whoosh. Unless, what if we start... Hey, buddy. What are you doing? What if we start with one of these guys? Does that even make any sense? Test it. Okay. Okay, I want to repeat that because I wasn't looking at the stats, and I know it didn't make it all the way up. But I want to see their stats going into it. Excitement gets up there. Fear's getting up there. Nausea. You know, 6 is tolerable. Why can't we make you just freaking smaller? Alright, so here's what we do. Alright, I guess that's the steepest we can get it. However, that little bit might be the juice that we need. Come on, baby. Show me how them physics work. Hey, the little birdie came flying in. He's going to hang out with his little birdie friends. Little seagull. Steven Seagull. Oh, Snapdizzle. It's so close. It is so freaking close. Yo. Oh, it almost gets going over again. Alright. Well... Here's what I'm gonna do then. So this guy is gonna go... Just one more, and then this guy we're gonna shorten a bit. And pull you just over. So we've only really got a couple extra feet there. Pull you down. Oh, this guy's way short now. It doesn't matter. Or like each individual segment. Although, that gives us a lot more... Dude, that's right on the freaking ground. I think we need to pull it up a bit before then. And make it a bit more gradual. Otherwise, the vertical G's are going to wreck their bumholes. However, what if I do what I was originally trying to do with this guy and then this guy? This guy's got to be a bit bigger, maybe. It's just barely hitting. Yeah, there you go. Is there any noticeable kink in there? Nah, it's all good. Alright, we going down. Oh, yeah. The fear gets going pretty quick. Yeah, there you go. Please make it, you dirty, dirty whore. Oh, my gosh. You're killing me, Smalls. They generally like that, though, right? Oh, shit. This should just be the ride. I wish... Could I not just have it so that this is the ride? And then at a certain point you hit a switch in the track and then it takes you to the end? It gets less and less exciting as the speed reduces, but... Alright. Mother freaking fudger. Let's keep it a little bit steeper. Just give it that little extra oomph. And that should hopefully do it. Good, I didn't even have to tweak it that time. Alright, let's go. Get on up there. Yo, fun and fear, and then nausea and more fear. Little stutter there. This has got some special sauce on it. Oh, no way. Oh, I thought it was gonna get stuck. How crazy would that be if it just got perfectly balanced? Perfectly. So close though, because once you get maybe one or two cars just really kind of over the bend. Good grief. Let's set the time so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. This episode's going way longer than I thought it was gonna go. But that's okay. I know some of you guys don't mind. We just need a little more. There we go. That might be the ticket. That might be the money maker. Show me the money shot. Show me the money. I'm committed to this idea now, man. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Get going. Oh, the fear. Yay, we lost 12 cents for the whole month. Come on. You've got this, baby doll. Obviously, their excitement and fear. But then it gets going back up. That's actually a really good... Did you see across the board? We were in the green for that segment. Dude. It might not be the most realistic roller coaster. And it might not be the most complete. So why don't we complete this mother... Okay. Now. Comes off like this. I'd like it to wrap, come back around this way. Doesn't really have to. It could wrap around this way and then connect up. But just for ease of use, I'd rather it come this way. Because then you can have all the cues and whatnot. It's a little easier. A little bit easier. Oh, man. Wait a minute. Can we just get this to go... I wanted to go right under. That won't work. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's bring you up, bring you to the right a bit. Bring you up a little more, actually. So it's going to have some speed coming off of that. Let's just bring it over here and maybe do something a little funky. I don't quite like this kink just like that, though. I want to kind of keep this curve going a little bit this way first before we turn it back the other way. It's nice and subtle. I'm gonna increase the length of my unit. The little magic button. This should probably be banked. You know what? Let's go back here. Because banking will make them less crazy. We'll do 15. Like that. Pull it out a bit more though, so it's a little gradual. Then we'll do to 30. Should keep it 30 or actually put that 45. Let's just try 45. Can always come back and change it. And then we'll go 30. And then we'll go 15. Yeah. Let's pull you out some. And I'm just going to put something here just to see how the physics play. Nothing, obviously, we can't be too crazy. Although it'd be cool if we had this one and it maybe wrapped around. That's probably going to be too much. But then it could come back. Let's just see. Let's see how far we make it up that. You know, it's all about testing your limits and pushing your limits. I am going to try this from the first person perspective. When we're done. Build the suspense. Oh, I like that. I like that though. That worked out a bit. I don't want all of it, you know, there to be too many of those kind of segments, but oh, look at the fear and the nausea there. Yeah, because we had high speed going into that bank. It does make it up though. Let's do that again and just really pay attention to this. This, we didn't bank it nearly enough. Okay, get going. Comes down like that. Yeah, it doesn't, okay. Well now. I could pull this out a bit more and then also bank it a bit more, and that should help. Alright. I'm going to... Yeah, maybe we could... Hey, we could put a trim brake there. I prefer not to use brakes on this. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Okay, we'll pull you up a bit. Make you longer. We'll do the 30 instead of 15. Turn you and keep you kind of coming up because it'll slow down a bit of the speed more naturally. And definitely going 45 or 60. Let's do 60. I could also do the gradient, the track mapping. I know, I don't even need to look at it. I can tell you that the G-forces there are pretty crazy, so... Let's just try to deal with it this way first. All right. Oopsies. Let's see how this treats us. Start the test. Get a new train. That one's old busted. We need the new hotness. Alright, we can speed this part up. Get going. It didn't go into the 10s there, which is good. However, I still think, actually maybe a trim brake isn't such a bad idea. Oh shit, you know what? I realized. This has got to go back to at least 45. And this one comes out and can go 15. Okay. This can be brake target speed. I mean, I don't want it too slow. Okay, start it. You may proceed. I have given thouest thine order. Beautiful. See, it cuts it a bit, and of course, we can even reduce it a bit more. What if we go down to 30? Stop it, start it, pop it, lock it. Ah, that beautiful water over there. Do your thing, make everybody happy. Oh, you know what? I could almost do like another... Whoa. Why don't I just do another one of these? Wouldn't that be cool? It's like a double layered. Yo, I'm gonna try that. It's gonna be easier than me. I'm basically making my own one, but it's more shallow. I was gonna say I could lift it up more, but yeah. That one's bigger. Oh, I guess we made the previous one smaller. This is a bit of a problem, though. As it's not necessarily a problem. Now we can route this guy back this way. We'll make you a bit smaller too. Just because we don't have as much speed. Okay, now this guy. I'll just get rid of all of this malarkey. Start it. Go, baby, go, baby, go. Bend over, and then you come down. You know, it might be worth it to put a brake in here. But as well, yeah, that's a scary part, but the whole ride, it might average out. So, so you know, it's not too fearful. I don't know. I just think this is it's kind of cool looking. It's kind of cool looking, man. So then we come out this way. That might be too tight. Let's see. Guess we could always have it wrap back around. No, you gotta go like... Maybe this one's bigger then. Or smaller. It's a tight corner. It's gonna get the G's going. That's probably just too high. I wonder, do you think it would make it up there? There's only one way to find out now, is there? This is just like crazy wackiness. Okay, I'm in a bad spot. I don't think it's gonna make it all the way up. See, yeah, plus like I said, this is a tight turn. Oh, wow. That's just such a crazy tight turn, though, that the G's, too much for these sissies to handle. I could handle them totally fine. I'm basically like an astronaut. Well, if we made it bigger, and then did another one. I just want this, I wanted it to loop through. But you can't always get what you want. I could with enough time and patience. Okay, this will be less severe. Yeah, see, it pretty much stays the same. Oh, and then we got a nice little green across the board there for a second. So then I guess here we can kind of maybe just bring it down. Or just work it into another another one. I don't want it to go up anymore. I want it to go down. But I want it to go down kind of. Is that elegant enough? Basically, this section here is what I'm worried about. Like, it's a pretty sudden. Or I could, reducing the size doesn't seem to help too much. I'm actually trying to make it bigger. Screw it. Let's have fun. This is just like, I don't even know what we call this. What do we call this? It's like a Mobius strip on crack. Yeah, come on, big boy. You got this. You got this. Let that gravity be your friend. And there's another one of those guys, you know, still pretty crazy. They get scared and nauseous. Yeah, the fear's coming down. The nausea's coming down a lot, though. There you go. That's the ticket. Then it gets a little boring. Then it picks up again. There. Oh, the excitement. Well, the fear and the nausea was okay. The excitement was a bit low. I just don't quite like that transition. Doesn't really seem right to me. Let's, you know what though? That is kind of cool looking. Let's finish this guy up. Get him down to 30. Bring him out a little bit. Bring him up. I'm just gonna wrap them around slowly. Okay, now you gotta go this way. This doesn't quite make sense. Make it a little bit longer. Do you want? No, it's maxed out. It's maxed out. Okay, now we go 15. It's gonna be going slower though. So I don't think that's going to be too huge an issue. And if you got an issue with it, here's a motherfudging tissue. You're not supposed to go up again. Although going up will slow it down a bit more. It doesn't have too much speed coming out of that, but... And we should make this shorter just so we can actually make this turn. Oh, Eve. Let's go. Let's just complete it and then tweak it again. Get down. Hey. Okay, let's see how this whole... Oh, no, don't do supports, you jackass. There you go. Stop. Start the test. Let's get an overall rating on this guy. This is weird, man. You know, we're just kind of winging it. It's not easy to do. I think if we want to make an actual realistic stat-wise and interesting looking coaster, we got to spend more time on it, but I thought it'd be fun to mix it up a little bit in the creative one. Just work on some ideas, and we can borrow some of these ideas for future coasters. You know, just learning the physics. I mean, I know it's a bit crazy. Oh, we made $0. Well, we also lost $0. That's actually not such a bad transition because they're going at a slower speed there. Oh, excitement does get back up into the green there. Oh, look at going around that corner there. Well, we could put a brake. We could bank it a little bit more. Ahead for heights. 68 out of 100. Okay, so excitement is bad. Fear is like quite bad. Nausea is not great. Well, 3.3 isn't too bad. I mean, for this coaster, I feel like that's actually pretty good. What I don't get is the fear, though. I guess we could do heat maps, let's say, for fear. Going up. Yeah, this is where it is definitely the highest. Though, I'm not sure if I am to increase the size of this or slow it down going into it. Will that affect the rest? It's not going to make it any more exciting. You know, I don't want to do a second chain lift. Let's check out Nausea. Yeah, and these guys, because they're slowing them down. The G-forces get pretty crazy there. It's, you know, it's tolerable there. Anything in the 4s, you know, I'm totally fine with that. See the excitement. See, they're also excited going here. They're not excited here. It's slow. It's kind of lame there. You know, 7.1 is brown. Come on, cut me some slack, brother. Get some 7.11 in your pants. You poop them. Wait, that's just this. See, the G's aren't that crazy, too. So that's more to do with nausea, although vertical. Ah, right there. Right there, right there. Yeah, that is the one. But that's what gives us the speed to get over the rest. Forward G's are, like, non-existent because we're not, yeah. Honestly, the G's are... So this is what I'm uncertain of why there is so much fear given the relative lack of G's. You know, this is, yeah, I mean, there's some G-forces, but Who gives a shit? This is the scare. You know, that's a pretty intense one. You know what I forgot to do? I don't know what this is gonna do. I don't know what this is gonna do. Other than speed it up, obviously, but actually, yeah, let's. I haven't even wrote it, but that definitely gets it up there faster. Is that gonna increase the speed anymore? The fear is pretty crazy there. I don't know. It's 9 points. Is that's? I feel like that's more than what it was before. I feel like we've got more speed. Man, I think these dummies in this freaking roller coaster are just a bunch of sissies in tights. All right. It's more or less the same. I think did the excitement go up a smidgen? Was it 5.94? I mean, all the base numbers. This was 5 point something. This was 8 point something. This is 3 point something. So, you know what? This I'm not gonna change it. Well, actually, what I will do is change the color at least. Customize. Blue? No, blue is poo. What does that change? Okay, that's for the actual rails. How about purple, deep red? Does this change? That's the in-between. I kind of like... Well, I mean, it looks a little washed out. That's kind of funky. I mean, you can change this. You can change it. And what's the gray? Let's just do a bright red so we can see. Oh! Oh, I see. Well, we could do like... I don't know. You know what? Screw this. Let's go like almost black for everything. Doesn't look that black though. This is a bit darker. I guess we'll go pure black. Wait, that wasn't too bad, but now we're gonna go black. Boom. Devoid of color. I like the, you know, I'm gonna call this Mobius strip on crack. It's not really a Mobius strip, right? At all. No. Fuck that. I'm calling it hidden dimensions. Because you got all this stuff weaving in and out of itself, and you're like, it's all kind of crumpled up like those dimensions, you know? In this supersymmetric string theory. They're like, oh, there's like 26 dimensions all crumpled up. You can't see them. But they're there. It makes our theory work. Car color. Yeah. We're going into the black abyss. And we will take a thirsty piss. Oopsies, don't reset. It's not like black though. It's kind of like a silvery, shiny, charcoaly black. No scenery? No shit. they're afraid, man. I'd be afraid of the abyss. So I guess I gotta call, where do I go? Where's the name again? Oh, it's just up here. Hidden. Oopsies, I got caps lock on. And my backspace key is not working. Hidden. Wait. Hidden dimensions. Oh my gosh, where are my fingers? Dimensions. Sure. Hit enter. Okay. I didn't pick any music because I don't have any kind of really prepared. I will show you though. I do have roll need, but it doesn't play. Let's actually hit. Maybe we need to open it. Yeah, I know there's no entrance or exit, but... Oh yeah, so I can't open it. Well, let's test it again, maybe? That won't help. But we do need to go ride it, so let's actually ride it. Okay, this... I like the color from here. It's nice and dark. So business-like, efficient, and clean. Oh man. Oh yeah, that fear. Maybe if it wasn't as steep, they wouldn't be as fearful of it. This is fun. What are those sissies talking about? Fear is good. I'd say I'd rather have fear than nausea as a park manager though, because then people aren't puking. Although fear might prevent them from going on it. Although I like how close all this stuff is kind of getting. Hidden dimensions. Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. It might not be the crowd pleaser, like the line of best fit. This is for the hardcore only, and if you don't like it, you can back the F up. I should bank that one turn a bit more, but look at that guy's excited. He's like, kick you in, brother. I think that's fun. I would go on that in real life. You know what? I'm going to go on it again. I spent so much time making it. Let's go, buddy. Give me time to take a sip of my drink anyways. Let's go. Wow. That is a pretty sudden turn. And then it's kind of just slowly moving down there. I'd be like, whoa, I'm a little scared, but not like, whoa, I'm so scared. And look it, we're going to get, well, this coaster's obviously going to move if I do keep it in this park as is. And I probably would change the color, to be honest with you. But you know, you get some good views going. And you know, we'd build a nice little building for the actual station and all that stuff. Pretty it up. Yeah, fix that corner. Yeah, he's still excited. I'd be excited with a mustache like that. Okay, you can go away. So, I'm gonna go to Blueprint. Oh yeah. Wait, which one of these is the old one? I need to get rid of them. Not rid of both of them, but the old one. Anyways. Yeah, we need to... Hey, wait, let's get out of here. Pause it. Maybe I should have it so this guy is going like down or in... Oh, in this one loop. Let's speed this up. Just like that. No, I know there's no entrance, you jackass. Yeah, just kind of coming around like that. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yeah. Blueprint it, baby. So let's zoom in a little bit. We want the whole thing. You can't handle the whole thing. Yeah, we want all them mountains. All them mountains in the background too. This is really gonna sell it. Okay. Bring it up a bit, though, so we can still see this guy a little bit better. In-game price, $20,000. Wow. Hidden. Oopsies. My fingers just don't want to work today. I think it's late, you know, my brain doesn't want to work. Description. How about we weave in and out of the hidden dimensions. This is lame. Hidden dimensions. Riddled throughout the fabric of space time. From scientific perspective, point of view, not even point of view, like fact, scientific fact, that's probably not fact, what I said there, but I would almost certainly bet. We got some tags. I don't need them. Let's just create that mofo. And then we go to My Blueprints. Find it, and then we hit upload to the Steam Workshop. Oh yeah, the other one isn't in the workshop. That was just, so I want to get rid of the one at nighttime, so we'll just say new workshop item. Blueprint, still Giga Coaster Coaster. Nice. Yeah, man. That looks fun. Is uploading live. Go faster though, please. Okay, go away. Delete that. Yes. These are Northern Lions. I forgot to try out his. There's new ones. But nah. That's, you know what? How much? Oh, we're an hour and a half. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. No time lapse. I can't believe how little I've gotten done. Damn, son. Well, you know, this is good. I feel good about this kind of coming back. It's not too shabby. We gotta work on it more. I did talk about this roller coaster up here, my fears and my thoughts about it, and hopefully you guys can give some input so I can actually get started on roller coasters I know we're gonna use in this park, and we'll work with the terrain. We can have stuff like this. This is fine for maybe more flat areas, but I would like to generally avoid roller coasters in this park that really have zero interaction with the natural terrain, you know? But we'll see. I don't want the whole place to be a series of mountains and stuff like that. Although maybe, I guess. Siri, go away. Is it series? Plural. I don't know, maybe we could put some more mountainous kind of low-lying stuff over here. I mean, I'm just pissed off at the ratings on this. So what? It's got a little bit of G-force right there. Fear, I don't know how exactly they calculate that. Because the nausea, I know that has a lot to do with the G-forces. And we saw they're really, except for this part right here, they weren't too crazy. And yet the fear is almost 9. Look at this, though. I don't care. I don't care. That's some cool business. And the cool thing is, we can move this bus around. Bus driver, move that bus. You know, it's relatively compact for how much track there is. It's all bobbing and weaving in and out. Let's put it over this freaking lake. No, we'll put it back here for now. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but now it's blueprinted, so I can get rid of it if I want, and then bring it back, work on it. But there's something for you guys to fool around with. I'd love to see your take on it. Maybe make it better, and you could upload it as a new blueprint, right? And you could say hidden dimensions, you know, version 2, or, you know, underscore your name, something like that, so we can differentiate. But if you feel like you can kind of keep with the theme of this, but making it better in the rating department, not just fine, honestly. That's okay. That's tolerable. I'd like to get fear down into the orange, and I'd like to get excitement up into the green. I'd like to get this, you know, at least over 6. Or more. Without really having to make it too much bigger. I mean, maybe... I'm stumped. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. That's going to do it for this episode of Foxman Plays Planet Coaster. I do hope you have enjoyed it. We've got a lot of work to do yet. But this coaster's giving me some good ideas. And now it's your turn to give me some good ideas. Alright. Anyways, that will do it. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that thumb button. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys in the next episode of Foxman Plays Planet Coaster. Until then, peace out.